Extract Emmerich, the scientist who wants to defect.
Has been
Head for the base camp.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. 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 Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Всем боевым группам, это КП. Все подразделения на боевые позиции. Повторяю, все подразделения на боевые позиции.
Enemy presence detected. The map has
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
Okay, I'm going to leave it here. There's someone wants me to truly continue this playthrough. It is basically over. The game made me do this mission until it killed me. Made me do it 3 times. So, what can you do? It's amazing also how the mortar crew knew where I was. The guys actually shooting at me didn't know where I had gone to hiding. This is quite astonishing. Okay, so that's it for this playthrough. So as I said, the game made me do this quest until it killed me. I put a lot of effort in doing it right the first and second time. But once you start redoing and redoing and redoing stuff, not because you failed, but because there is some strenuous parameters such as you cannot go this way, you have to go that way, then that problem becomes increasingly bothersome for another Ruleset, for a blind Permadeath playthrough, I should say. So yeah, is this game bad? No. I have to say the gameplay is fun, it is smooth, haven't seen any bugs, I haven't seen anything. The gameplay is top notch, I would give it a 10 out of 10 if I were not playing another Ruleset Permadeath playthrough. Should I consider the story, then I would give the story like a 3, a 2 maybe. I find the story completely ridiculous. I don't know what happened to Kojima. I remember when I played Metal Gear Solid 1, and it was a very good story. Terrorists have seized a nuclear weapons facility. They threaten to destroy the world. And there goes Solid Snake to save the day. Metal Gear Solid 2 was not that good, but it was still entertaining, finding out what the hell was going on with the president and all the conspiracies, the philosophers, the patriots, all that shit. That was interesting enough. Metal Gear Solid 3 was great, because it was delving deeper into that mystery of the philosophers. I didn't play Metal Gear Solid 4 because I never had a PS3. But I did see a couple of cutscenes, and I think that's where things started to go awry. For some reason, the cutscenes seem silly, seem too too much like an anime, like something out of the wet dream of a 12-year-old Japanese. I don't know if that's racist or not, but that's what I imagine anyway. And the enemies began to be more and more fanciful, less grounded in reality, you could say. Even for a guy like the vampire dude in Metal Gear Solid 2, or what was Psychomantis in Metal Gear Solid 1, those two dudes had backstories of very disturbing nature, yeah, that grounded their personas on reality. On the newer games, it just seems like Hideo likes bondage. I don't know, it's all craziness. Bondage and torture. I have no idea. And the same appears to be true here. Skull Fuckface, he is a very bad villain, a weak ass villain. I don't understand what the hell he wants. Why are we fighting? Of course it's revenge, but what the hell does he want? Why is he trotting around in the most advanced weapon system in the world in Afghanistan? It doesn't make any sense. He wants to kill a snake, but doesn't kill him when there is a chance. It's all nonsense. The dialogue I find very cheesy. I am just not invested in the story one little bit. That's an important element in a Permadeath playthrough. You need a reason to keep playing the game, to give your all. And usually that reason is not I must beat the game, but I must find out what the story is all about. And in this game, I don't give a shit. I don't know why XOF wants to kill the snake. I thought maybe Ground Zeroes would tell me that. It didn't do any of that. I don't know why we're killing the Russians. Aren't the Russians the enemies of the SOF? I thought they worked for the US government. I had for the CIA. It's all a complete mess. Ocelot is not his charming in character. Ocelot I've always liked. In this game he seems like a boring old dude. I just don't get it. Story is a shit show. Well, the gameplay is very good, with the exception of this nonsense about mission areas. I have no idea what the hell they were thinking when they implemented mission areas. This is an open world game, and I can understand the way they do it in Skyrim, or even in Dead Island. In the island they were much more restrictive than in Skyrim or Oblivion, where you just go to the edge of the map, or in Fallout, the Fallout games, the newer ones. You go to the edge of the map and you cannot move further because there is a natural barrier, there is something that prevents you physically. They don't tell you you're going to die, you're leaving the mission area, you're leaving the playing areas they did in Dead Island, which is stupid. They just make it very clear you cannot move forward that way. And you accept it. You say, yes, okay, whatever. It seems logical. In this game, why are there mission areas? I have no idea. They're nowhere near the edges of the map. They have no reason to exist. And I have already found in two missions the same thing. The first one was the appearance of the Mist unit. I bordered the mission area to escape from them. I'm sure if I had taken a step to the right, they would have made me abort the mission, because I had left the mission area. And in this mission, the Celanthropus mission, or Emmerich mission, if you want to call it, Rescue Emmerich, they are just really strict with that business of mission areas. The job number one in another Ruleset is stay alive, not fulfill your objectives. If you have to fulfill your objectives, you do it in a way that maximizes your chances of survival. If you must, then if you are forced into a situation that you think no sane person would, which is fighting a giant monstrosity, a robot, no sane person would do that. You run away, and that's what I did. But I cannot run any way I want. I have to. Imagine this, you have a monster. Well, not a monster, a robot, a killer robot of people that are apparently in league with the Soviets, because the Soviets also have walking metal gears, the small ones. And well, maybe that explains why we're killing Russians. Whatever, fuckface is obviously in league with the Russians, or at least with the Afghanistan Russians, because he sent Emmerich to a Russian base. So, the ginormous robot appears in front of you. To your back is a Russian facility filled with soldiers, obviously enemies. To your front is the wilderness, the mountains. Where do you go, logically? What would you do? Would you take your captive and go inside the base? Or would you take your captive and go into the wilderness? It's obvious the Russians will not fight the robot, or it would seem obvious because they are in league with the guy in the robot. So, it's stupid, it's ridiculous, it's nonsensical that you have to run into the base unless there is a cutscene, some business like that. But if that's the case, if the game will continue to do it, we're finding ourselves in a situation where I will fail constantly because I'm trying to survive. Whereas that's exactly what you must do in a permadeath playthrough. You have to survive. You do whatever you have to survive. And then you find yourself with a game that's not good for a permadeath playthrough, for a blind one anyway, which is what I like to do. So you end up in a situation like my playthrough of Metro Last Light, or Metro 2033, that's it, Metro 2033, where I died because I didn't know how the game worked, so I had to metagame in order not to die, and that's also ridiculous because the purpose of a permadeath playthrough in my mind is to see if the hero of the game could survive given the odds against him. I can say that in this game, yes, it's very obvious, at least until I truly have to fight a boss, it's very obvious Snake could do it. The problem is I don't have much time to play, and the game will make me redo a lot of shit because I will try to do the most obvious stuff to survive, which goes counter to their level design, which wants you to do something in particular. So I just don't have time. I'm sorry to say that. The time I can spend playing games is very, very limited. And I don't mind repeating parts of a game if I fucked up, but repeating them because the game is very restrictive and wants me to do something in particular, and I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it over and over again, and I tried to and I end up dying, which means it's just like Assassin's Creed. You have to follow this person, you didn't follow, restart. No, there should be the possibility of failure, of consequence, not just that you didn't do what you're supposed to do, then you have to do it again. I would have much rather been killed, I don't know. If I had been killed by the robot going north, I would have accepted far better than getting killed because they made me go back again and again and again and again to the area. And another thing which is crazy is that the landing zone for the chopper is to the north is past the road, which is the logical thing, past the base. And so you assume you can continue going north. Okay, I'm going to stop ranting. Anyway, I think this game has top-notch gameplay. For me, the story is complete garbage, although I'm sure a lot of people would like it. But I find it completely ridiculous, and it's not good for a blind permadeath playthrough. Because of stuff like this, stuff that limits your flexibility, and it makes the game inconsistent. Sometimes you can go that way, sometimes you can't because the developers want you to go the other way. And an inconsistent gameplay that restricts the way you can try to survive is an anathema for a blind permadeath playthrough, and that's why I'm abandoning. So I hope you enjoyed our journey. We shall continue with other games sooner rather than later with old school games, but we shall see. See you next time, and thanks for watching.